You're a business leader who really has a lot of priorities right now. You're trying to make sure your business runs well, you are navigating external challenges, and you can't prioritize how the people part of your business factors into your overall strategy for whatever reason. Either it's not your strong forte, like you didn't come from people operations, and that's fine. Many people don't. You have HR team of one, overwhelmed right now, or you have actually no HR team at all. This message is for you. My company, Equity Activations, we are working on putting together packages for companies who need specific things. And this leads down to learning and development, talent acquisition, performance management, employee engagement, all of that. My whole business has been about embedding equity into operations already. So businesses are stronger, they last longer, and they are tied to business strategy and business goals. Right now, we're making it very clear in terms of like what you need. So if you notice that your performance management system is just literally not working, performance management is tied to business strategy. It's not about how you feel about somebody. It's not about just the employees' performance within the company. It's literally like, is this working? Like, are we all working towards the same goal? And that's not working for you, you can reach out to us. Learning and development, which, is critical because in this time of AI, automations, all of these different technologies that are exploding onto the scene to make businesses stronger, not to replace people, but to explain how we're using them so that businesses become stronger. That is what your learning and development is all about. We need to upskill the people that we have, because I do believe we are going into a candidate market really soon. The pendulum always sweeps. I know there's a lot of people looking for work right now, but I don't think that's ever going to be permanent. Don't know how long, but at some point companies are still going to need people, and the best way to do that is upskill the people that you have right now. Put a really comprehensive learning and development plan together that's tied to your business strategy. We can do that too. Talent acquisition is a whole mess. I have said on this app, it is a dumpster fire. I've seen it firsthand. For whatever reason, a lot of times leaders and business leaders, executives think that in times of company market, when the candidates are, more than the job, coming in more than how many jobs you have, you can reduce your talent acquisition team. This is the time to actually not do that. You really need a strong talent acquisition strategy in order to hire correctly. This is also about organizational design, organizational psychology. Who do you need to make your business better? And you shouldn't be thinking about that just when you need to hire. So being proactive rather than reactive. A very strong talent acquisition program is going to allow you to hire who you need when you need it, before you need it, right? For long-term growth and long-term strategy. And this is the time to start building your pipeline, because your consumers are your customers are your consumers. You may know your product really well, but do you know the people who are being turned off because their candidate experience is terrible with your company and they'll never apply to your company ever? See Target, right? Employee engagement is critical. It goes back to learning and development, because all of these things are connected, but employee engagement really allows you to measure the sentiment of your company rather than you going on feeling. One of my mottos for my company is feelings aren't facts. This is true when it comes to your employee base. Leaders always like, I think everyone's doing really well. I hear from people and they're saying they have a great time in the company. That is not employee engagement. That's them just telling you because you have a power dynamic. They're not going to tell you really how they feel. Or some of them are not going to. Some might, but nonetheless, this very strong employee engagement program is going to allow you to actually measure where you are, where you need to go, the work that you need to do, so that everybody's on the same page when we're talking about business strategy and goals, and people are really having the ability to share what it's like to work at your company. This is important because you need to know what it's like to work at your company, not as a leader, but as everyone across the board, because this is how your company is going to be stronger and going to have a really strong employer branding when a time matters, right? I know we don't care about best places to work. Some places don't because you pay for it, but nonetheless, that doesn't mean you don't have to be the best place to work. You don't have to get the award to actually be the best place to work, because ambassadors within your company are worth more than any kind of social media thing that you can buy. all of this to say, soon on my website, equityactivations.com, we're going to have these packages. We'll also have a la carte options, which means, I am happy to come and talk to your employee resource groups. You should still have them. Please don't get rid of them. You should, if you need inclusive leadership training, if you really need to upskill your managers, because this is really important. Managers are the front lines in companies to make sure people are staying on the course. And those managers need help. We don't learn how to manage people through just like vibes. You know what I mean? Like really structured manager trainings are really important. We have a la carte options for that. We have a la carte options for observance months, if you're still doing them, which I hope you still are, because a lot of times people need to see themselves at work in order to be motivated to do that. So if you don't recognize that there are very different kinds of people in your job, whether you believe in diversity, equity, inclusion or not, it still exists. There is diversity in your company, and those people need to be celebrated. We'll have options for that as well. So this is just really important. Make sure that you are doing everything you can, especially in this time of tumult. You have consultants and fractional people out there who can really help you if you are overwhelmed or you can't really pay attention to the thing because your priorities have shifted, and that's completely understandable. But this is the time to utilize the resources you have to be proactive rather than reactive, because again, don't get caught out there trying to figure out why something doesn't work when you can bring somebody in to help you fix it. This is why, my whole company is about making work better for everyone. I think together we can make sure that this happens. Just use the resources. Don't pull back at a time when your people need you the most.